Finally, check 1 2, check 1 2. We are live at Nechel's Wellbeing Centre. It is 5 minutes past. Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Nechells Wellbeing Centre, where we are mere minutes away from the start of this BCB Trophy semi-final between the City of Birmingham Rockets and the Milton Keynes Breakers, brought to you live concurrently on the British Championship Basketball and COB Rockets YouTube channels. My name is Aaron Viles. I'll be your commentator for the action this evening, and what an absolute stormer of a game this one promises to be. Starting with the Rockets, Charles Smith's men absolutely dominated proceedings early doors in this tournament, winning 3 from 3 in Group 2 before booking their place in the Final Four with a comfortable 17-point victory over the Loughborough Riders at this very venue in Nechells. As for their opposition, the Milton Keynes Breakers, well, they struggled to find early form in this competition, losing 77-82 in the season opener against none other than the COB Rockets themselves. Ben Stanley's side came to the party when it mattered most, hammering the Bristol Hurricanes by 29 points in their final group stage game before taking down Reading 90 points to 79 in the quarter-finals at Loddon Valley. Can the Buckinghamshire outfit get revenge for their previous defeat to the men in red? Or will it be a case of history repeating itself to see the COB Rockets book a date with Sporting Destiny against the Yorkshire Dragons? Well, these next 4 quarters will go a long way to answering that question, but one thing that we do know for sure is the respective teams. So let's take a look at them, starting first and foremost with the COB Rockets. So your starting 5 for tonight will be Ronald Blaine, Eric Donaldson, Lucas McGregor, Zach Powell and Luke Okasieme, with a bench consisting of Phil Basiudis, Faris Magal, the captain Martin Gale, Andre Bonnick, Tom Grayling and Larry Duru, alongside the Commonwealth Games competitor and local legend Orlan Jackman. As for the Breakers, well, their starting 5 is as follows. It'll be Deshaun Jackson, Chase Thompson, Jonas Dietrich, Xavier Wilson and the captain Jordan Spencer, with a bench consisting of Kai Williams, Calvin Oates, Ben Baker, Luke Gregory, Michael New Jr. and Chris Tawier. So the referees are out on the courts and we are mere moments away from the start of this semi-final. It's a healthy crowd here at the Nechells Wellbeing Centre tonight. Both of these sides would absolutely love to book their place in the final. As mentioned beforehand, it will be the Yorkshire Dragons who will be their opposition after they took down the Falkirk Fury in the previous semi-final. So the two sides now out on the court. It will be the home side, the COB Rockets, in red, and the visitors, the Milton Keynes Breakers, in their iconic black strip. So strap yourselves in, folks. This one promises to be an absolutely electrifying encounter. And it will be Xavier Wilson and Luke Okasieme from the opening tip-off. Two very dominant and physically commanding big men. They'll have a huge role to play as the night continues to progress. Here we go then. The referee has the ball in the hand and we are underway at Nechells. And it's Wilson who wins the opening tip-off. So it will be the MK Breakers attacking from the right of your screen to the left. So here is Wilson, back to his captain, Jordan Spencer, being guarded intently by Lucas McGregor. And this will be a key matchup all night long. Here is Spencer, back to Wilson. Wilson with the shots, and Wilson with the make. So it is the Breakers who open their accounts with a 2-point shot. So it's MK2, COB Rockets 0. Ronald Blaine, the former Newcastle Knight, in towards Donaldson in the paint. Kicks it out wide. First attempted 3 of the evening is unsuccessful. Rebounded by the Breakers. Advancing forward is Jordan Spencer, a man who's averaging 20 points per game so far this season. Kicked inside and finished off by Deshaun Jackson. Lovely driving layup. The Breakers have doubled up that lead. So it's Breakers 4, Rockets 0. Fast-paced start here for Ben Stanley's men. As we've grown to expect, a very potent offensive side. So that one is stolen away. Here is Jonas Dietrich. Dietrich kicks it out central to Spencer. Back to Deshaun Jackson. Jackson pulls up. Can't quite make it. Rebounded though by Dietrich. The Breakers getting off to an excellent start here. Spencer from the mid-range. And this one could be corralled again. Dietrich just about gets it back. Now with Spencer, out to Wilson. Shot from the corner, and it is unsuccessful. Rebounded by Donaldson. Now out wide to Lucas McGregor. The Rockets starting point guard, averaging 13 points per season. Well, per game so far this season, I should say. Powell kicks it back to Donaldson. Now inside to Blaine. Blaine to Okasieme. First slam dunk of the evening for the Rockets centre. Nicely executed play and well finished off by the big man. Driving forward once more is Spencer. Back now wide open from the wing was Xavier Wilson. Can't quite make the shots. Rockets can surge forward once more. It's McGregor out to Donaldson. Donaldson starting to post up here. Tries to spin his man. And there has been a foul called in the mix. So, will be a couple of free throws coming up here for Eric Donaldson and the Rockets. And a first foul of the game as well. This one going against the visitors, the Breakers. Donaldson is good from his first one. And Donaldson again makes it 2 from 2. Parity is restored. So it's Rockets 4, Breakers 4. It's Milton Keynes venture into Rockets territory. Handle back to Deshaun Jackson. Jackson, look at this double team from Zach Powell. He dives onto it in a flash, wins it back, passes towards McGregor. What a play that is for the COB Rockets, who for the first time in this game take the lead. It's Rockets 6, Breakers 4. Wilson thinks about taking the shot, instead just hands it off to Jonas Dietrich. Back now, just around the three-point line to Jackson. Inside towards Thompson, bullying his way through. Tries to float it in and rebound it by Ronald Blaine. Nice handles there from Zach Powell. Powell in towards McGregor. McGregor for 3. And that is the first three-pointer of the evening for the City of Birmingham Rockets, who have well and truly flipped this game on its head in the early proceedings. The Breakers were 4-0 up. Now 9 points to 4. Still plenty of action left in this one though. But a really good riposte this from Charles Smith's men. It's a shaky first minute or so. They've just begun to find their legs in this contest. There's Jordan Spencer, the MK captain. Lovely pick and roll. Okasieme goes up for the block. Rebounded by Spencer. Bounced inside and blocked by Okasieme. And will it be stolen away? No, it won't. Instead, it's Deshaun Jackson. And eventually corralled in by Okasieme. Well, a pulsating passage of play. Breakers really hammering down the door. But in the end, the Rockets' defence stands firm. The fort is secured for the time being. So the drums get going here at Nechells. A few hundred people in attendance here this evening, cheering on the home side. As Zach Powell kicks out to Ronald Blaine. Blaine being double teamed. That is a lovely pass. Now Powell to Donaldson, wide open, just off the front of the iron, and rebounded by Chris Tawier. Well, he's going to have a big role to play, is Chris Tawier. Scored 20 points in the season opener. He's also averaging 9 rebounds per game. It's the latest three-point attempt is rebounded by Tawier. First points and first board on the night for the MK Breakers centre. Couldn't have timed that piece of commentary any better if I tried. Here is Ronald Blaine now, driving in with the right hand, denied in the end by Xavier Wilson. And scooped up by Tawier. Here is Spencer on the bounce pass to Jackson. Jackson on the reverse. Excellent finish. It's now Rockets 9, Breakers 8. McGregor, as we've often seen this season, just slowing things down here on offence. Charles Smith electing not to have made any changes so far. Zach Powell here on the fadeaway. And that one bounces off the front of the rim. As Wilson on the fast break. just evades the attempted block from Eric Donaldson. And the Breakers are back in the lead. Well, the travelling Breakers contingent now making their voices heard. Quite a few have made the journey up from Buckinghamshire. As Donaldson pulls up for another attempted shot, and I think there may be a foul called in there. Yes, there will. So that will be remaining Breakers ball. And there is our first change of the evening as far as the Rockets are concerned. So it'll be Orland Jackman coming on in place of Ronald Blaine. As Tawia picks it up here for MK. Oh, lovely move inside from Ben Baker, but it's stolen away. Here is Powell. Powell driving through contacts. And in the end, unsurprisingly, he has drawn the foul there. Heavy challenge on the defensive side. And that will be coming out here for a Rockets baseline inbound. Great to see so many of you in the YouTube channel live chats as well. This one should be an absolute thriller of a game. Two very high quality sides who do great things both on and off the courts. Here is Zach Powell. Powell over the top and makes it in the paint. So it's COB Rockets 11, MK Breakers 10. As Spencer all alone looks to drill a three and eventually comes off the hands of Ben Baker for a Rockets possession. 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining on the clock here in quarter number one. A reminder, folks, for those who maybe don't know the context, there is a place in the final of the inaugural BCB trophy on the line. The winner of this crunch match faces the Yorkshire Dragons in the grand finale. So much at stake. As Eric Donaldson finds it on the right wing, back to Orland Jackman. Jackman to Powell, looks to float it up to Okasieme. There's an almighty scramble for the rebound, but in the end, it is the Breakers who can bring it forward. Here is Tawia, back to Jordan Spencer. Spencer, nice pass there to Michael New. First time we've seen him involved tonight. One of the newcomers of this Breakers side in the 25-26 season. It's New, difficult shots, and the board is collected by Jackman. And here is the aforementioned Orland Jackman looking to switch it up onto the left hand. Allows for the fast break opportunity here for Baker. And Baker gets it in. Excellent layup that. Luke Okasieme was prowling. We all know his defensive prowess and his blocking capabilities. Had 6 blocks in the latest league encounter against the Nottingham Hoods here last Saturday. As Lucas McGregor, a little bit of an unforced error there, sends the ball spiralling out of bounds, and this will be a turnover in favour of the Milton Keynes Breakers. Another change on here for the COB Rockets. Faris Magal will come into the mix for the first time today, as Chase Thompson also checks back in. In fact, make that 2 changes. Ronald Blaine checks in, Okasieme checks out. So Jackson hands off to New. Nice pass that from Thompson inside and finished off very nicely indeed by Deshaun Jackson, who's beginning to heat up as the quarter progresses. 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining here in quarter number one. It's Lucas McGregor. Dishes it to Ronald Blaine. Blaine, well, he's got a job there to get it over Tawia, and he has done a phenomenal job. Makes it Rockets 13, Breakers 14. It's Tawia. Hands off here to New. Donaldson putting Thompson under a little bit of duress there. Nice to see. It's kicked into the corner. Back now with New. Time ticking down. Shot has to go. And that is rebounded by McGregor. Now passes that out wide to Blaine. Less than a minute remaining on the clock here in the first 10. Donaldson looking to change the momentum. And I think he has drawn the contact as well. Indeed he has. So, will be another pair of three-throw opportunities coming up here. Donaldson already made his first two. Can he maintain that 100% start? I'll just say slight stoppage here as Donaldson just wipes the glasses. Just composes himself. Makes the first one. And parity has been restored. It's 14 apiece for the Rockets and the Breakers. And the second one is good. It's 4 out of 4 for Donaldson on the night so far. And the Rockets retake the lead. As MK surge forward. See Kai Williams for the first time tonight. That latest shot from Deshaun Jackson is snaffled up by Orlan Jackman. Passes now to Ronald Blaine. Blaine looks to kick it out wide. And he has drawn the foul for good measure. So that is a fourth team foul called against the MK Breakers. And the first one called against the number 11 of Ben Baker. So McGregor out towards Blaine. Blaine looks to send it inside. Has to be scooped up there by Faris McGall. Only 5 seconds remain on the shot clock. Has to go here. 1 on the clock. Jackman splashes it. It's Rockets 18, Breakers 14. And that will be the end of the first period here at Nechells. So it is the Rockets who lead this one by 18 points to 14. And how about that for a clutch three from Orlan Jackman? I made it 1.2 seconds left on the shot clock. And he drains it from deep to send Nechells rocking. So contributions so far from the likes of Eric Donaldson, Lucas McGregor and Orlan Jackman see the Rockets take a slender lead. But I tell you what, this one is just beginning to heat up. Do not go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with you in around about a minute's time for commentary of the second quarter here in this BCB Trophy semi-final. So we are back, folks. 10 seconds away from the start of play here in the second quarter. And a reminder of the score so far. It is Rockets 18, Breakers 14. Still 3 quarters of this tussle still to go. And it will be Orlan Jackman to kickstart proceedings then. Passes immediately to Zach Powell. Out now to McGall. We see Martin Gale checked into the game as well, the Rockets skipper. And that one, has it been pinched away? There's a little bit of a melee in the paints. And I think in the end, that has been won back by the MK Breakers. Indeed it is. Great hustle on the defensive rotation. There's a mix of Deshaun Jackson and Kai Williams in the end, who brings about a change in possession. Exactly what Ben Stanley will be hoping for tonight. Trying to keep the likes of Jackman and Powell as quiet as possible. Here is Jackson again. Would have been a difficult make. Rockets all over him like a rash, but instead here is the fast break for the men in red. Blaine on the Euro step, great finish. The lovely work that's from the Blaine train. Rockets now into the 20s. Michael New dishes back to Jackson, now with Thompson, lovely find to Williams. Williams out to the corner, back now with Baker. Slightly too much mustard on that one, as McGall lets it dribble out of bounds for a Rockets ball. So many offensive options for the MK Breakers tonight. Already spoken about Jordan Spencer. He's averaging over 20 points per game so far across competitions. Really is an outstanding leader for the Buckinghamshire outfit. You've also got the likes of Chase Thompson averaging 19.5. And of course, got the likes of Dietrich as well, who's beginning to heat up as the season progresses. Blaine now with the latest shots, and scooped up there in the end by the aforementioned Spencer. Releases Michael New down the left-hand flank. Stifled immediately by the ever-present Martin Gale, hometown hero in these parts. And that is great work again by the MK Breakers just to draw the foul inside. Good aggressive basketball there from Jordan Spencer. First time that we'll see the visitors at the line in this semi-final. Also, first foul on the night called against the number 7 of the Rockets, Faris McGall. That's just the second conceded overall by the team after Okasieme's first personal foul in quarter number 1. So we are just waiting for a little bit of excess liquid to be mopped up just in front of the net there. I think the officials are happy for play to get back underway. Indeed they are. So it is Spencer. Rifles that first one a little bit too hard. Has got a second bite of the cherry though. So Spencer, and there you go, no mistake on the second time of asking. Makes it Breakers 15, Rockets 20. Powell out wide to Ronald Blaine. He's out to Gale. Back to Jackman. So much experience in this current rotation for the men in red as Jackman puts up the deep three. Great hustle shown there by Faris McGall, but in the end, nice read on the defensive glass from Jordan Spencer. Here's Spencer again. Nice zipping pass out into the corner. And that one will be collected back by Blaine. However, there was a push in there. So, will remain MK ball. 7 minutes and 56 seconds remain in this, the second quarter. So Thompson back to his captain, Jordan Spencer. Already marshalling this Breakers side with great effectiveness as that latest shot. Will it be rebounded by Blaine? Yes, it will be. Gets it on the second time of asking. Here now is Zach Powell. Looks to float inside to Jackman. Jackman finishes under contact. And this will be an and one opportunity. Orlan Jackman, the Rockets veteran, someone who has played professionally in Germany for Iserlohn. He's played for a number of clubs here on British shores. And he is such a vital asset to the Rockets in both the Cup and the League. Here he is then to turn it into a three-point play. It's Jackman from the line, connects with the front of the rim, and in the end Thompson will get it off the bounce. So now Spencer assessing the options, slightly isolated there, was looking for the pick and roll from Williams, and in the end it's been stripped away by McGall. McGall gets past Dietrich! And that is fantastic from Faris McGall. The Rockets shooting guard, turning defence into attack within a matter of seconds. Lovely transitional play from the men in red. And all of those add up as the night goes on. Every single one, absolute gold dust. So, timeout has been called by Ben Stanley and the MK Breakers. Current reminder of the score, it's Rockets 24, Breakers 15. A place in the final of the first ever BCB trophy up for grabs. And I suppose now is as good a time as any to just give you guys a reminder that this game is being streamed concurrently on the COB Rockets and the BCB YouTube channels. Please do subscribe to both if you haven't already. Every like, every follow, every subscribe helps grow this great game in the UK. There's no finer way to spend a Sunday evening in the month of October. Two top quality sides on display. An almost capacity crowd here at Nechells. This place is rocking. This game is only really just getting started. Great long pass up towards Tawia. And Tawia finishes that off with aplomb. Cuts the deficit down to 7 points. Said it before the game, Chris Tawia has got a big role to play tonight. A real nuisance on the glass at both ends. As Powell back now to Jackman. Jackman changes direction, drives inside, and it will eventually be corralled by Xavier Wilson. Spencer out onto the wing. Thompson for three. Slightly wayward with the attempt. Goes to the left-hand side of the basket. Back now with Powell. Powell, lovely handles. Out to Gale. Gale to Blaine. Fakes the three. Instead goes back to his captain. Gale for three! And the Archer unleashes the first of his arrows here on Super Sunday. The record breaker in the NBL. The first and today only man to have cashed in over 500 behind the line, as the latest one from Faris McGall is unsuccessful. Here is Jonas Dietrich, the former Derby trailblazer. He's a man who knows a lot about winning and getting trophies. Lovely pass inside and well finished off there by Chase Thompson. Another newcomer who has slotted in seamlessly to Ben Stanley's style of play, as well as the wider kind of archetype that the MK Breakers are looking for. Really has been an asset to this side in the opening weeks of the 2025-26 season. So, here's McGregor. Out wide to Blaine. Blaine mazes his way through, bobbing and weaving, ducking and diving, and making the layup for good measure. Rockets now a lead by 10. It's COB 29, MK 19. Here is Dietrich. And almost corralled back by Jackson. In fact, it is. Dietrich now has it again, pulls up for the shots, and Dietrich spirals around the rim and connects with the jumper. Back now to an 8-point gap between these two sides. Two sides who have already met in this competition in Group 2. McGregor now with the attempt at the Euro step. And I think that has come off of Chris Towier last. Indeed it has. So, will be Rockets ball as Ronald Blaine checks out. So too does Faris Magal. And back comes on Eric Donaldson. Oh, lovely fast pass. And there is Donaldson, right on cue. So good to see a Donaldson as well in British basketball again. The son of the legend himself, Dip Donaldson, who's doing great things out in Denver. And Chris Towier doing great things in the paint there, making the right-handed layup under contact. So, remains an 8-point game as Powell showcases the handles and lays it in. Well, the general leading from the front. And that has just amped up the decibels at the Nechells Wellbeing Centre, as he will now go to the line for an and one opportunity. So, Ben Baker back into the mix here for MK. Also the likes of Michael New, Xavier Wilson out there for the visitors. So that one from Powell is good. It's now Rockets 34, Breakers 23. So back in the hands of Deshaun Jackson. And now with Towier. Towier, oh brilliant. Great work from the big man. Lays it in. Almost nearing double digits now is the Breakers starting centre. As McGregor passes up to Donaldson. Donaldson, well, he's been guarded intently. The attempt just falls short. New on the bounce pass. Inside now to Baker. Baker, difficult shots. But it will be collected once more by guess who? Chris Towier. And finished off in the end behind the line by Xavier Wilson. Lovely play that from the men in black. And that will bring out a first time out of the first half for the COB Rockets. I think that's a sensible timing of that call by Charles Smith. Just take the sting out of the tail. Maybe just try and swing back the impetus of this one back in his side's favour. But it was ever so close when these two sides met in Bletchley. The very first game of this tournament, the Rockets won that one by just 5 points. It was 82-77. And that one really could have gone either way on the night. After that, well, the Rockets kept on going, made it 3 out of 3 in Group 2. And then won here convincingly against the Loughborough Riders by 17 points to book their place in this very game. As for the Breakers, well, they had a difficult start against the Rockets and the Hemel Storm, but then they turned on a dazzling display against the Bristol Hurricanes, smashing them by 29 points. And then there was an absolutely phenomenal display at Loddon Valley, defeating the Reading Rockets by 90 points to 79 to set up this tussle in the second city. Really excited to see how the rest of this evening goes as play is back underway. McGregor goes out to Powell, back to his point guard. Donaldson out there patrolling on the right wing, kicks inside now to Powell. Powell one-on-one against Baker, back to Okasieme, who fights through contact. And I think in the end, a foul will be called against the Breakers. And that right there is why the Rockets love having Luke Okasieme. turning into Birmingham's version of a human highlight reel with the slam dunks, the blocks, those offensive boards. It really does provide so much at both ends of the court. And he makes the first of these 2 free throws. Make that 2 from 2. So, Rockets 36, Breakers 28. Just over 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. It's Baker out to the left wing. Baker now looking to change it, muscling his way through contacts. And he has drawn the foul for good measure. Oh, well, there you go. The officials have seen it differently. So, will remain in the hands of the COB Rockets. Just once again, there'll just be a slight delay in play here. Plenty of encouragement being offered by both sets of players. Michael New in the headband there for the Breakers, providing plenty of communication for his side, just marshalling them on defence. Donaldson gets it back. Now with Jackman. Powell kicks inside! And Okasieme puts about 3 exclamation marks on that one as McGregor steals it away, has the chance to finish it off. Very unselfish play that from Zach Powell. Good to see that. And he might have the chance to finish it off himself. Here is Zach Powell, the Rockets' leading point scorer from last season. Only 3 seconds left on the shot clock. This has to go up from McGregor. McGregor! And in the end, Tawia gets the board. Back now on the fast break with Thompson, who, falling away from his body, makes the finish. And that was a tremendous shot to cut the deficit back into single figures. It's Rockets 38, Breakers 30. Less than 2 minutes remain on the clock. As Jonas Dietrich checks in for Ben Baker. Something else just worth updating you on. Breakers 1 personal foul away from sending the Rockets straight to the free throw line. They've conceded 14 fouls in this second quarter. Solon Jackman looks to post up here against Thompson. Will be double teamed up against Dietrich. Jackman now against Tawia. And in the end, that has come off the hand of a Breakers player. Well, Jackman there looking to play a little bit of bully ball. And the Breakers almost triple teamed him in the end. Here is Jackman again. Jackman has to put it up. Rebounded by Okasieme on the pump fake. And makes it. I think the foul may have been called beforehand though. Indeed it has. So, will just be 2 free throws here. And not an and-one opportunity for Luke Okasieme. Great hustle on the offensive boards though. And as if that wasn't positive enough, that is now 3 from 3 from the line for the Rockets centre, who's just starting to impose himself in this game. A little bit unfortunate on that one, as Donaldson looks to corral the second chance opportunity, but cannot do so. So we'll be back in the hands of Jordan Spencer. He's got Wilson for company, Dietrich, New out there as well. So too is Chase Thompson. It will go to Thompson. Thompson, well, he ghosted his way into the inside, makes the jumper to cut the lead down to 7 points. Final minute here of the first half. It's McGregor back to Zach Powell. Powell with the silky smooth handles on the turnaround and spin. And Donaldson looks to poke it away from Spencer, but cannot do so. That latest shot is put up and rebounded by Jackman. Jackman now out wide to Zach Powell. Powell pulls up and makes the shot as well. Great work there. So here is Jordan Spencer for the MK Breakers. Only 10 seconds left on the shot clock, so Rockets should have possession for the final shot of this half. Here is Dietrich. Back now to Wilson, back to Dietrich. Just loops out, will be rebounded by the Rockets. Has to be a Hail Mary from McGregor, and it's no good. Well, that would have been some way to wrap up the first half, but as such, that is all she wrote for the second quarter of play here at the Nechells Wellbeing Centre. It's Rockets 41, Breakers 32. In what has been a breathtaking first half of basketball in the second city of Birmingham. And there's a bunch of standout performances we can touch upon, but the key matchup for me will be the battle of the big men. Luke Okasieme and Chris Tawiah, the two centres, already beginning to make their presence felt at both ends of the floor. So we will have around about a 10-minute break here on the Rockets commentary. Please feel free to go and grab yourself a quick bite to eat or refreshments. And when we rejoin you here on the coverage, we will be back for the start of the second half. For myself, Aaron Viles, and the rest of us here at the Rockets for the next 10 minutes or so, thank you for joining us in that first half, and we'll be back with you very, very shortly. A very warm welcome back to the Nechalls Wellbeing Centre, where we are just over a minute away from the start of the second half of action in this BCB Trophy semi-final between the City of Birmingham Rockets and the Milton Keynes Breakers. For those who are maybe just tuning in to our coverage here on the City of Birmingham Rockets and the British Championship Basketball YouTube channels, well, the current picture is as follows. It's the Rockets who lead this one by 9 points. It's Rockets 41, Breakers 32. It was an excellent first half of basketball here in the second city. And we are around about 30 seconds or so away from the restarts as well. So work to be done for the visiting side. And as for the home side, Charles Smith will be hoping for more of the same. Let's wait and see who will emerge victorious in this one. So both sides just preparing to get back onto the court now. And there you go. So it will be the Rockets to kickstart proceedings. It will be Eric Donaldson off the inbound at the half-court line. Rockets in red, Breakers in black. Here we go then. Immediately opts to pass it off to Lucas McGregor. And the second half is a go. So McGregor kicks out towards Powell. Powell, difficult shot fading away, can't quite make it. So Spencer can now venture forward into Rockets territory. As Jonas Dietrich with him for company. Also has Deshaun Jackson, whose latest shot is collected by Donaldson. And then what a pass that is up to Luke Okasieme, who throws it down with both hands to send the Nechalls crowd berserk. So it's Rockets 43, Breakers 42. Dietrich opts to go to Thompson. Blaine got a few fingertips on that one. Does eventually make its way to Xavier Wilson though. Dietrich double team. Back now to Wilson. Wilson. Well, that is a shot clock violation for the Milton Keynes Breakers. The clock was winding down, ticking away. Jackson's shots just did not come away in time. So turn back over to the COB Rockets. Now with Donaldson. That's McGregor right there alongside him, offering the option. Now back to Powell. Powell driving his way inside. And in the end, he's got the foul called against the Breakers. I think that was Deshaun Jackson in there, the number one of the Breakers. And that is the first personal foul against the visitors here in quarter number 3. Third foul of the evening against Deshaun Jackson as well. So work to be done here on the defensive rotation for the MK Breakers. McGregor with the finger roll. Lovely variation there. Results in the points as well. So here's Jordan Spencer. Powell with the active hands. Wins it back. Kick forward to Powell. Powell for the Rockets. And Zach Powell throws it down with complete authority. Goes straight into a celebration alongside McGregor and McGall. And what a play that was from Zach Powell. A man who started his journey in this great game in the City of Birmingham itself. Played for Aston Manor. Used to play for another Rockets, Reading of course, in the previous iteration of NBL Division 1. But now back on his home courts and absolutely balling out. Great to see. And that play has also brought about a timeout from Ben Stanley and the Milton Keynes Breakers. Well, they've got 15 points to try and make up. Still got plenty of time in this one. But the Rockets' defence has been absolutely stifling tonight. You can just see conversations being had with the likes of New and Spencer, Dietrich as well. Plenty of experience out there for the men in black. So, will the timeout have its desired effect? Nice pass out to Dietrich, underhands it, now passed out wide into the corner for three. Can Okasieme bring it forward? Well, he could for a second, instead it's been stolen away by Dietrich. New on the bounce pass. And unfortunately for the Breakers, that one goes out of bounds. So, back now with McGregor and the home side. Zach Powell, oh, lovely little pump fake, instead goes out into the corner. But the play cannot be finished off. Instead, it's rebounded by Wilson. And the Breakers look to transition into the fast break, given away to Eric Donaldson. Donaldson, the 24-year-old, saunters his way inside. Lovely, lavish, left-handed layup. Rockets now approaching their half-century. As New goes behind the body. And Donaldson steals it away. Back to McGregor, 2-on-1. McGregor gets blocked. What a play. Xavier Wilson denies it. Well, back now to Thompson. Thompson for three. Just stops the rot here for the Buckinghamshire side. Donaldson now posting up against Dietrich. Looks to go for the fade away. Can't cash it in, so it will be Spencer now to go on the attack. Great bounce pass inside. And Xavier Wilson with the slammer jammer. Making no mistake on that play. So, 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in period number 3. Rockets lead this one by 12 points. But Powell, I think he's been blocked there by Dietrich. Love to see the stats on that. And now it's Dietrich who can finish it off himself. But Dietrich gets blocked by guess who? It's Luke Okasieme. And Powell now on transition. Rubs salt in the wounds with another 2-pointer. Zach Powell moves into double digits for the night. And 11th points for the General. And that's got this crowd involved once more. Here is Dietrich against McGregor. Dietrich, tough shot. Almost looked to teardrop it in. And knew, well, I don't think he knew where that was. McGregor wins it back for the hosts. And this will be Rockets basketball. Coach Smith, very animated on the sidelines, making a couple of changes here for the men in red. Okasieme and Powell, two of the stars of this COB side, check out. And on in their place comes plenty of veteran nous in Orland Jackman and Ronald Blaine. So here is Donaldson to Jackman. Jackman looks to weave his way inside, putting Towier under pressure. Got some decent defence there. Forces the Rockets out wide. Jackman back to Blaine. Oh, Blaine double teamed and it's stripped away by Towier. Blaine, well, he was just questioning the decision of the official there, but I think that did come off the left hand of the former Newcastle man. Indeed it has, so this will be Breakers' possession. It's Tawiah, when he looked to hand it off to Wilson. Slightly dicey play, back now inside to Tawiah. The Rockets effect another turnover. Donaldson inside to Jackman, great play, floater from Blaine. It's liquid basketball from the City of Birmingham Rockets. Oh, they are putting on a show for their home fans tonight. Look at them hustling away all night long on defence. Great pass from Donaldson to Jackman, and Jackman gets stuffed at the rim by Jordan Spencer, the MK captain. How about that for a play? Then inside, up to Tawiah. Tawiah banks it in off the glass. Such a crucial asset for this Breakers side, and I said that battle of the big men. Whether it's Okasieme or Jackman, they've got to keep Tawiah as quiet as possible. And a foul has been called there against the Breakers. So, 2 free throws coming up here for the Rockets. First free throw from Donaldson. Cannons off the front of the iron. Has got a second attempt coming up though. Makes no mistake on that one. Oh, correction on my end. Apologies, there was actually 3 free throws there. Call was behind the line. But from a Rockets perspective, it makes no difference in the end. There we go. So, after the retake, that is now 2 points on the board for the Rockets. Slight bit of confusion there, but in the end, Donaldson will only care about the points. Now it's 2 of them for the men in red. So, Tawiah, he was going across McGall. There's a little bit of a scrap inside, and he's won it back. Much to the delights of the crowd at Nechells, as well as his teammates. Straight away, Ronald Blaine went over, really appreciating that effort from the shooting guard. And those are the kind of plays which really impact a game of basketball. Of course, as a bench player, you want to be out there, you want to be part of the starting 5, getting as many minutes as possible. But at the same time, you can heavily impact a game with those minutes that you're on the floor for. And Faris McGall has done that tonight. Jackman out to the right wing where McGregor is lurking. McGregor spins his man, being double teamed. Doesn't matter. Well, McGregor makes the 3. His second of the night. Rockets now lead this one by 19 points. Nice pass inside. And McGregor, I think there, a little over-eager on the attempted block. So this will be some free throws coming up for the Milton Keynes Breakers. I suppose one of the standout metrics from tonight, and I imagine for those watching along on the live stream, the eye test probably would have got you saying the same thing, but turnovers have been a problem for the Breakers so far this evening. Already have conceded 12 of them. As for the Rockets, they've had 9 themselves, so both sides heading into the final 3 minutes of this quarter, as well as the remaining 10 in the fourth. I imagine ball security will be a big topic for both of the respective head coaches. Second free throw is no good for the men in black. So McGregor can take a step or two forward into MK territory. Bounce back now to Blaine. Jackman not being guarded man on man. Hands off to Blaine. Rebounded by Chris Towier. There's only ever going to be one winner of that board, and it was the Breakers' number 25. Kicked out now to Michael New. Lovely make that. Generates a reaction from the travelling Breakers fans who have made the journey up from Buckinghamshire. Their side have got an almighty task on their hands. 15 points is the gap between the two teams. It's McGregor now. Can't connect on that latest shot. I think there has been a foul called there against the Rockets. Indeed there has. Called against the Rockets captain Martin Gale. Dietrich now on the inbounds. Powers lurking there. Spencer though with the three. Collected by Donaldson. So here is Eric Donaldson. Donaldson looking to weave his way inside. A bit isolated and nabbed away by Spencer. Spencer to Ben Baker, who's met by Orland Jackman. And that one has been turned back over. Have also been told of a correction of the previous foul. Showed up on the board as being against Martin Gale. In fact, it was called against Faris Magal. So that is a second on the night against the Rockets shooting guard. Martin Gale yet to have a foul against his name. Jackman looks to dummy his way past Towier. And another foul has been called against the Breakers. And that will be a 15th foul in quarter number 3. Called against Towier, third on the night for the centre. From here on out, any personal fouls will result in free throws for the next 88 seconds of this quarter. So, it will be Orland Jackman with the free throws for the Rockets. Can't make the first one, so have to try and get the second one in. Well, Jackman can't make either. And rebounded by the Breakers. Spencer it is. Forces the rotation. Jackman all over him. Jackman there over anticipating. Results in a third team foul for the Rockets. So kicked inside to Towier, nice play. Back to Spencer, Towier gets it back. He'll look to bully his way inside. Towier instead, almost a carbon copy. Chris Towier! Goodness gracious me. Oh, that's what you love to see from a centre. Gets the offensive board. Passes straight away to a teammate, gets it back inside. slams it down with the right hands. Lovely bit of play that. Adds up to his 12th point on the evening, and these rebounds continuing to rack up. Well, Donaldson slightly sloppy, given away. Baker, in the end, has been called for an offensive foul. Oh, made that a defensive foul. The reaction of the Rockets bench suggested otherwise. The officials have given that against Donaldson, so that is his first personal foul on the evening. The Rockets themselves now one personal foul away from sending the Breakers straight to the line from here on out. And somewhat unsurprisingly, Luke Okasieme is brought back in by Coach Smith. With Chris Towier out there, you've got to fight height with height. You cannot allow him to get those easy rebounds. Donaldson gets it back to Zach Powell. Powell looks to weave his way inside, instead goes to Gale. Gale just spirals out of the rim. Now Spencer can give it back to Thompson. So, just over 10 seconds left on the shot clock here for the Breakers. Last shot of the half should be to the COB Rockets, but Thompson, what a shot that is. Makes it a 10-point gap now. Rockets 58, Breakers 48. 5 seconds remain in quarter number 3. It's Zach Powell, 2 seconds left. Powell for the Rockets. And it's an air ball. Well, that would have been an almighty shot, being guarded intently on the man-on-man coverage. And the Breakers there, after a sedate start to quarter number 3, have brought themselves back into contention. So it's Rockets 58, Breakers 48. We will take a very short break here on the Rockets YouTube channel. And when we return, in around about 60 seconds or so, where we've got action from what could be the fourth and final quarter of this game. Who knows? Is overtime looming? Only time will tell. We will see you very, very shortly. Welcome back to the Nechells Wellbeing Centre, where we are almost ready then for the start of action in quarter number 4. It's Rockets 58, Breakers 48. And it will be the Breakers with the basketball in hand. So here we go then. One final quarter, a place in the BCB Trophy final itself up for grabs. It'll be in the hands of Jonas Dietrich, Chase Thompson, Jordan Spencer, Chris Towier, and Ben Baker out there with him, but that's slightly sloppy, stolen away by Powell. Powell with the layup. And Powell kickstarts the quarter in some style for the men in red. Not the first time we've seen that tonight. Outstanding work from COB's leading point scorer so far this season. back now to Thompson. It's a battle between Towie and Okasieme. Eventually collected by Blaine. Blaine on the layup. Blaine with the make. So, Rockets scoring 4 unanswered points here in the fourth quarter. Towie, well, there's a genuine ploy there with Okasieme. He is going man on man. Pick and roll though, very nicely executed, but Okasieme blocks Towie, and now the Rockets can surge forward. Back to Okasieme, stolen away by Baker. Baker to Towie. That's point number 14 for the Breakers centre. He's already got a double-double this evening. 14 points to go with 11 rebounds. And something suggests that he will be the catalyst if the Breakers are to get back into this one. With the pick and roll, the pick and pop for the likes of Spencer, Thompson and Jackson as well. This one is far from over. But there will be another slight stoppage here. It's one of our volunteers, Owen, just mops up the area underneath to the left of the Rockets hoop. And we should be ready to get back underway. Indeed we are. It's Donaldson to Zach Powell. So, it's Powell bringing it forward for the Rockets. Powell over to Gale. Gale kicks it into the corner. Now passed inside, a left-handed layup from Eric Donaldson is good. The Rockets now lead by 14. As Spencer trips. And we hope this is nothing serious for the Breakers captain. Thankfully, gets back to his feet straight away. He will be desperate to try and turn things around here in the fourth quarter. A man who's averaging 20 points per game so far this season. Although tonight, he's been kept very quiet indeed. Just the one solitary point. He's yet to cash in from 7 attempted field goals. But he is a top quality operator, and once he gets hot, he gets very hot indeed. Here is Thompson to Towie. Well, Spencer is all alone. Instead, they go inside to Penn Baker, who gets stuffed by Luke Okasieme. So, back now with Powell to Blaine. So much scoring opportunities here for the men in red. Donaldson back inside to Blaine. And Blaine, off the face of Chris Towie, gets the second chance opportunity. Probably not the manner in which it was drawn up in the playbook by Coach Smith, but points are points. That lead now has stretched to 16. So, will be Baker to bring it forward for the Breakers. Towie back to Spencer. Towie lays the screen. And Martin Gale unleashes one of the biggest roars of the evening. Draws the offensive foul. And Nechells responds. A veteran play by the Archer. Birmingham, born and bred. This club means so much to him, both on and off the court. He will be desperate to be one of the history makers. Hopefully sends the home side through to take on the Yorkshire Dragons in the final. So here is Zach Powell. Powell out to the aforementioned Gale. Gale out onto the left wing, where Eric Donaldson is lurking. Shot has to go. Indeed it doesn't. And Okasieme on the putback, can't quite make it. A foul, I think, has been called against the Rockets in the end. So this will remain in the hands of the Milton Keynes Breakers. Will be inbounded inside their own territory. Yeah. So, will be a brief stoppage here. 6 minutes and 51 seconds remain on the clock. So Lucas McGregor comes back in. Okasieme and Zach Powell check out. Shouts of defence ring around Nechel's Wellbeing Centre. Back now with Jordan Spencer. Spencer inside to Jackson, pinched away by Eric Donaldson. Donaldson out towards Gale, back to Donaldson. Blaine is there for company on the left wing. Gale in the corner for McGregor. Blaine looks to get the offensive glass, can't do so. So it'll be Xavier Wilson forward here for the Breakers. Deshaun Jackson into the paints and draws the foul. So 6 minutes and 13 seconds here in regulation. Remain in the hands of the visiting side. Orland Chapman. Just asking for an extra set of the lights to go back on. Not entirely sure what happened there. But we are back to full power at Nechel's Wellbeing Centre. Here we go then. It's Thompson, back to Jackson. Bounce inside to Thompson. Thompson posting up against Blaine. Shot has to go, and it will do on the putback. Jonas Dietrich, well anticipated by the former Derby man. Here is Ronald Blaine. Chapman setting the screen, Blaine goes himself. And in the end, Donaldson, well, he wins it back. Pops in the layup. What a play that was from one of the Rockets newcomers. And that is a 14th point on the board for the 24-year-old. Jackson and Thompson tangled for the same ball. And in the end, that is sent back to the COB Rockets, who lead this one by 68 points to 52. Gale to Chapman. Chapman inside to Donaldson. Donaldson, what a shot that is. Oh, audacious from Donaldson on the quick fire release. Does ever such a good job. And then Spencer, well, an errant pass, goes straight out, and another timeout will be called here by the Milton Keynes Breakers. So it's Rockets 70, Breakers 52. And this now is getting very, very difficult for MK. Spoke about the importance as well of Chris Tawier. He's on 4 personal fouls, so I imagine the Rockets will look to attack the lane, try and get him to foul out for the final 5 minutes or so. In fact, there's only 4 minutes and 57 remaining on the clock, but if we are to look at one stat, which for me as a former big man absolutely enriches my heart, it's the points in the paint for the Rockets. So 44 of their 70 points have come inside of that area just in front of the basket. Last week against Nottingham, it was 62 points. Over 70% of their points last week came in the paint. And tonight, it's something very similar. Represents an almost wholesale change from last season, where it's a case of live and die by the three. And that change has worked its magic. Really do look like a dangerous outfit in both the league and the cup in the 2025-26 British Championship basketball season. So here is Lucas McGregor out towards Ronald Blaine. Blaine to Gale. It is man-on-man defense here being played by the Breakers. They've got to try and steal it away. McGregor slightly isolated, 4 seconds on the clock. Blaine has to take the shot. And he's drawn the foul. Well, that was slightly unnecessary for the Breakers. I think Chase Thompson was the man behind that foul. It results in some more free throws coming up, this time for Ronald Blaine. Blaine can't make that one. Well, can't make any of them. So remains Rockets 70, Breakers 52. Scale looks to swipe that one away, putting Dietrich under pressure, and Blaine snatches it away from Wilson. I think Blaine may have got a little bit of a fingertip in the eye there. Appears to be okay. Slightly squinting out the left. Might be in a little bit of discomfort for the foreseeable. Three seconds on the shot clock. Gale it is. It's a little bit of a scrap for the rebound. Dietrich wins it away. Here is Jordan Spencer, the Breakers skipper. Back now to Dietrich. And Jackson. Wonderful hustle on display there from DJ. Results in the Breakers winning it back. But a timeout has been called by Coach Smith and the home side. 3 minutes and 45 seconds will remain in regulation. I imagine the conversation here for the Rockets will be a case of slowing things right down. Eke out as many seconds on that clock as possible. They have got an 18-point lead. So it would take 6 straight unbroken three-point plays from the Breakers to tie up this game. If the Rockets can just handle the ball well, keep it nice and secure, the Breakers shouldn't even have the opportunity to effect those 6 plays in question. As for MK, well, I don't think they'll be playing any zone defense. It'll be man on man. They'll be looking to steal away that ball as quickly as possible. Just go for quick points. They have got to try and catalyse something. Right, here we go then. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in regulation. And it's Jonas Dietrich for the Breakers. Inside to Wilson. Wilson being guarded by Okasieme. Beats his man. Spinner Rooney gets it in. Makes it A 16-point game. Here is Zach Powell. Powell out to the right-hand channel where Lucas McGregor is operating. You can see here straight away Powell and the Rockets just being sensible. Jackman looks to fight his way inside. And a foul has been called in favour of the home side. So just that passage of play alone, yes, it's resulted in a couple of points for the Breakers, but 28 seconds have eked away. 5 seconds are on the shot clock. Well, doesn't matter. Another 2-pointer. Back to 18 points. Wilson could not get past the Great Wall of Okasieme. Now McGregor behind the back for the Rockets. Back now to Donaldson. Donaldson wide open. He was alone. It was tempting. He wanted to cash in the 3. Here is Jonas Dietrich. Dietrich inside. Back now to Dietrich. Dietrich! Well, he's been fouled. I think that was a pretty simple call in the end for the official. McGregor slightly over-eager on the contact. And this will be a trio of free throws for Jonas Dietrich. So the first one is up and it is good. So too is the second one. Can Dietrich make it 3 out of 3? Oh, well, no, he can't. That was unfortunate. Bobbled in and out as Okasieme has it ripped away from him. Looks to put the ball under pressure, and Jackman has effected the contact. Gives a cheeky smile as well. Over to the sidelines. Paul Jackman, he's done a great job there. Has the veteran forward. He's had a big role to play tonight. So too has Luke Okasieme. 12 rebounds between those two. Ronald Blaine as well, shout out to him. He's got 9 boards, 8 on the defensive side, as well as 8 for Eric Donaldson. Oh, nice play there from Dietrich. Dietrich being hounded away by Okasieme. The pressure was too telling. Donaldson now on the fast break. Rockets sending numbers forward, one of which is Donaldson inside to Okasieme. Okasieme thunders it down, not for the first time in this semi-final. Deshaun Jackson working his way past Lucas McGregor. Gets sent into one of the advertising hoardings. And this will be an and one opportunity. So a third foul of the evening against McGregor and a 5th team foul for the Rockets. So from here on out will be free throws for the Breakers. However, this is going to take something very, very special indeed from a Milton Keynes perspective. 16 points is one heck of a deficit to overcome in 109 seconds. And the and one is good. So, turns into a 3-point play. 1 minute and 45 seconds left on the clock. Here is Zach Powell. He's got McGregor for company. Goes out to Orland Jackman. Jackman being double teamed. McGregor on the left-handed layup. so effective, so smoothly done as well. And talking of smooth shots, that one's smooth as silk from Deshaun Jackson. Here is McGregor once more. McGregor has brought about the reaching foul. So, still a 14-point game. 1 minute and 23 seconds left in quarter number 4. What a performance this has been, though, from the City of Birmingham Rockets. As Baker looks to hound McGregor, maybe a little bit too intently. Catalyses a foul, and McGregor now will go to the line. But you just look at those main 5 for the home side tonight. McGregor, who's going to the line now for 2 free throws, he's got 12 points, as well as 5 assists. You've got Eric Donaldson contributing with 16 points, Zach Powell with 15, Ronald Blaine with 12, Okasieme with 11 points, 9 rebounds and 4 blocks. The starters have been quite simply scintillating for the host this evening, and they have been the difference. So, McGregor just gathers his thoughts once more, but doesn't make the free throw. So, 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. 3 has to go from Wilson, and Wilson drains it. What a play that is from the Breakers, number 21. And well, the Breakers, they have eaten away at that lead. Now stands at 11. It's Rockets 76, Breakers 65. Blaine goes long towards Zach Powell. Zach Powell weaves his way alongside to Donaldson. Donaldson to Okasieme. And Okasieme has been called for a travel. So, 56 seconds on the clock. And a chance for another quick shot attempt for the Breakers. Ben Stanley urging his side to do exactly that. Thompson wide open. And Thompson splashes it. Okasieme was absolutely furious there with the rotation. The Rockets sending nobody out there to chase Thompson, the man who's known for connecting those three-point plays. That's his second one of the night. Well, I said it would be a bit of a monumental task. The Breakers already halfway there. What was once a 16-point gap between these two sides now stands at just 8 points. Both sides have committed 5 team fouls as well. So there will be automatic free throws for both of these teams from here on out. 50 seconds left on the clock. And for those tuning in on the live stream, if you haven't already subscribed to the COB Rockets YouTube channel or the British Championship Basketball channel, please feel free to do so. Help us grow this incredible and spectacular sport here in the UK. So that is the end of the Rockets timeouts. The home fans trying to galvanise their team. But I tell you what, this next bucket could be crucial. It's given to Powell. Powell looks to accelerate here, gives it to Blaine. Blaine back to McGregor. McGregor to Donaldson. I think there has been a reach in there. Indeed there has. So there will be a couple of free throws coming up. Of course, these points important for Eric Donaldson, but that play was ebbed away 12 seconds off the clock. It's Martin Gale Comes in for Luke Okasieme. Donaldson it is. Splashes the first one. Donaldson for a second time, can't make it. So, 9-point game. Here is Jackson. Jackson on the Euro step. Kicks out to Baker. Thompson sends McGregor jumping for joy. It's Thompson on the fadeaway three. Can't make it. Blaine draws the foul. And yet more seconds tick away. 22.4 remain on the clock. And if these go in from Ronald Blaine, the Rockets will fancy their chances. You never know though, such is the unpredictability of this sport. Anything can happen. Here is Blaine. The first one doesn't go in. Neither does the second one. So the Breakers breathe a sigh of relief. They've got to get this ball down the other end of the court though. Here is Deshaun Jackson. Jackson has to pull up for three and he makes it. What a play. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Dietrich goes in for the foul. So Rockets will head straight back down the other end for these free throws. And well, what was once a 16-point lead now stands at just 6. I mean, these are massive, absolutely massive for Lucas McGregor. And the first one is in. Well, that's one of them. Can McGregor get the second one? Catches his breath, gets it through. So, third and final timeout called by Ben Stanley. But something tells me that that might be the game. I mean, what a night Lucas McGregor has had. 14 points, 5 assists, a couple of rebounds, 2 steals, and a block for good measure. The point guard has done his job to perfection. Donaldson, he's got 17, Powell with 15, Okasieme with 11, Blaine with 12. And contributions from the likes of Jackman, Gale and McGall off the bench have taken the Rockets within touching distance of the final. And well, in 9 seconds, this place is set to go absolutely wild. So the horns blare at the Nechells Wellbeing Centre. This is a big play for the Breakers. Dietrich on the inbounds. Dietrich inside to Jackson. He spirals away, and that will be Rockets' ball. And final timeout taken by Coach Smith and the COB Rockets. Sensible stuff that from the Rockets management. So, Final tactical discussions taking place in the respective huddles. And while we've got the opportunity, just one more metric to turn your attention to is the points from turnovers tonight. The Rockets have effected 21 points from turning over possession of the basketball in their favour. The Breakers, on the other hand, well, they've just converted 7. So that is the crucial metric between these two teams. The rest is pretty similar. The rest is pretty similar. Second chance points, the Breakers lead 13 points to 10. In terms of bench points, they lead that by 20 points to 10. In terms of points in the paint, it's the Rockets who lead that stat by 48 points to 40. It's points from turnovers. That has been the undoing of the Breakers in this game tonight. So here is Donaldson, back to Gale. 6 seconds on the clock. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that will be that. The City of Birmingham Rockets are history makers. They will be heading to the very first BCB Trophy final. And Nechel's Wellbeing Centre has absolutely exploded into a cauldron of noise, and rightfully so. The men in reds have been quite simply spectacular tonight. All of those pressures, all of that anticipation heading into this game, and they have ridden it quite superbly. They have won this game by 79 points to 71, and it is the City of Birmingham Rockets representing the West Midlands who will take on the Dragons of Yorkshire in the grand finale. Commiserations as well to the Milton Keynes Breakers. They've had a fantastic season so far. They've got some wonderful players. Chris Towier stands out immediately with his physical presence. 14 points, as well as 11 rebounds. Also strong nights from Deshaun Jackson, Chase Thompson and Xavier Wilson. But in the end, it was the Rockets starters, the likes of Donaldson, Blaine, McGregor, Powell and Okasieme, who have been too simply hot to handle for the Buckinghamshire-based side on this Super Sunday. I mean, that is a performance that will live long in the memory of everybody in this venue this evening, as well as everybody tuning in on the live stream. An historic moment for this basketball club, a club who do amazing things both on and off the courts. And in this competition, well, they are simply unstoppable so far. 3 wins out of 3 in the group stages to go along with that emphatic 17-point win over Loughborough in the quarterfinals. And they have downed the MK Breakers by a scoreline of 79 points to 71 on home court tonight. Can they go all the way? Only time will tell. Well, for the foreseeable, it'll be back to the league. But the Rockets know they have achieved something quite magnificent here this evening, and to a man, they should be absolutely elated with their performances tonight. From behalf of myself, Aaron Viles, and everybody here at the City of Birmingham Rockets, we thank you ever so much for your company. We wish our visitors, the Milton Keynes Breakers, all the very best heading into the rest of the league, as well as a safe and enjoyable journey back down to Buckinghamshire. And until next time, folks, we'll see you right here on the City of Birmingham Rockets and the BCB YouTube channels. But for now, it's goodbye from me, and we'll see you on the next one.